afternoon, everyone. It's Kat from Digital Leopard, and today we've got with us Paul Hawkins from Xilant Security. Paul, could you tell us a little bit about your business?
Xilant Security and Fire. So we are a security and fire company. We predominantly do everything within that remit. So fire, imagine yourself walking through the door of a premises, you've got the lock on the front door, we can do that. Fire extinguishers just inside the front door, we do the fire extinguishers. If you look up just inside the front door, you see an emergency light, we do that. And then obviously you go in and turn off your intruder alarm, we can do that. And then obviously the fire alarm's there as well. And then you've got the CCTV, access control, door video entry. So we really encompass the whole sphere of the security and fire industry.
Wow, that sounds like a lot of work. What made you go into a business of your own?
Probably thinking I can do better. I think that's really what it was. I think I fell into business by accident.
Okay.
I was an engineer and I was good at installing security and fire systems. And people kept asking me to install systems for them. So it just happened. It wasn't really a thought of, I'm going to start my own business.
Yeah.
It was more of a demand that people wanted me to start my own business. And then I suddenly realized I'm running my own business.
But at some point you had to take a plunge. You had to quit your job and start working for yourself, right?
Yeah, well, I was kind of forced really, because the company I was working for, they had some troubles and there was a whole swathe of us that were made redundant. And I put my hand up and I said, I'll go. Because I'd already been thinking about making the move. So it was timing. It just happened. It wasn't really planned.
Brilliant. It sounds like it's been a smooth sailing for you, starting a business of your own. Has it always been such an easy journey, or have you faced any problems? And what's been the biggest problem that you faced?
Not planning on starting the business.
Fair enough.
It's suddenly you realise you're a business owner, and then you realise there's a lot more to running a business than being able to install a system that works well. There's a whole back end to running a business, and suddenly I've got this whole new skill set that I had to learn really quickly. So smooth sailing, no. It was hell for the first 2 years of suddenly I'm a business owner with business responsibilities.
Wow.
And that was hard. I'm not an academic. I'm a doer, I'm practical. So I had to learn a whole new skill set, and I'm still learning now, 30 years on.
Wow, yeah, but there's always something new to learn, and the world around us is changing. Speaking of which, have you been affected by the coronavirus?
Yeah, I've predominantly been focusing on the hospitality, leisure, and construction industries last year and beginning of this year. So when it went into lockdown, everything that I'd been working on ceased. So for the first week at least, if not two, I didn't really know what to do. Everything.
I know the feeling.
Closed. Yeah, just like you. And then I decided to just network and make as many new connections as I possibly could for when it then reopened. And it has. Everything's reopened. All my sites reopened. And it's been good. So a lot of what I do in the access control world, there's a lot of touch-free switches that we're now replacing, because people don't want to touch the request to exit button to let them. So you can just have a hands-free, wave your hand in front of it and the door will open.
I think it's all about seeking out opportunities when you run your own business. The world will always change around us, but you just have to go with it and figure out what to do.
You've got to accept the situation really quickly and diversify very quickly. I
agree. You were doing some really amazing stuff. I've seen some videos of like heat security cameras that tell you if somebody has high fever. Has that taken off?
Yeah, so that was really controversial. I nearly got sucked up in the fever scam. Because there's an awful lot of CCTV out there that says it can take your temperature by reading the heat of your forehead. Well, it's actually the heat from your tear ducts that is the important bit. So, and those cameras are extremely expensive, and there's not many on the market that can do it. There's plenty on the market that say they can do it, that have jumped onto the bandwagon. So it's a real minefield out there of infrared cameras that say they can do one thing and they just can't. So yeah, that's one thing that has been a positive for me as a company, is these temperature screening systems that we supply and install. But yeah, that's been a minefield in itself.
It's amazing for businesses to have you to help them manage that, because, you know, without a trusted professional, it's a very difficult field to navigate.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know a great deal about the thermal imaging of CCTVs. That was a part of the CCTV I'd never really got into. So I had to do a very quick learning curve. I had to research it in depth. And that's when I realized that a lot of the systems out there just weren't up to doing the job.
Fair enough. Thank you for sharing that. Is there any advice that you would like to share with other entrepreneurs?
Well, advice can be given in bucket loads. It's what you can take from it, I guess.
Sure.
Do your due diligence. That is decisions. Sleep on them for 24 hours before you make them. Even if it's a really critical decision that's got to be made really quickly, sleep on it.
I think that's a very good piece of advice. It's you don't want knee-jerk reactions in business. You want to think things through. I've got one last question. Have you got any book you would like to recommend to others? Business book, I mean, sorry.
Rhinoceros Success.
Oh, I haven't heard of this one. What is it about?
So it's about plowing your way through life and through business. You're going to get a lot of negativity. You're going to get a lot of no's. And a rhinoceros is very thick-skinned, and it can push through the brambles, through the thorns, and come out the other side unscratched and unscathed. So you've just got to stick your head down, get on with it, stick to your focus, and stick to what you say you're going to do it. And don't worry about the no's and the people trying to grab onto you on the way past. Stick to your vision. Rhinoceros Success.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. Is there anything that you would like to add?
Anything I would like to add? If you're going to start a business or you're in business, I actually don't think there's a better time to do it than now.
Oh, that's interesting. Why do you think so?
You've got nothing to lose.
Good point.
The world is in turmoil. Everybody's who knew that you could do a Zoom meeting and it would be perfectly acceptable for a cat to walk across your keyboard, and you'd move the cat out of the way for a child to come walking in. Hi, Dad, can I? Yeah, I'm just having a Zoom meeting. Last year, that would have been completely unacceptable.
That's true.
Unprofessional.
Yeah.
Now it is completely acceptable to be interrupted by children and pets and lawnmowers and washing machines. And the screen behind me is it's just a banner that covers my fridge.
Brilliant.
So you can work from home. And that means that when you start a new business, your overheads can be extremely low because everybody thinks that working from home is 100% normal now.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much, Paul. Thank you for coming on today.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please like, comment, and share. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.